Shalom, Mike. Yeah, I'm just gonna check check the audio, and we'll go ahead and dive into it. If I could get it, that'd be great. Let's see if I can find this name. There we go. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right. All right. Giving all praise to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah by Shem Hakadash. The honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well. Peace and needs salutation to you brothers out there that's toiling in this truth. I wanted to come with this sit down. Just giving an update on the the whole conflict in the Red Sea. Um, Now, if you've been paying attention, you had the Houthis, uh, a militant group in Yemen that's funded by Iran. They have uh, blocked, trade coming out of the Red Sea. Now, in the area of the Red Sea, there's various ports and very shipping companies, that utilize these ports that bring in, and bring out, export, import a significant amount of grains. What else? Fertilizers, electronic equipment, meat. Various things that the countries need, including the U.S. needs, in order to feed their population. This was a retaliation to what we see going on in Israel versus the Palestinians after the supposed October the 7th attack, which a whole other topic. But things are heating up here, man, and this is going to greatly affect the global economy. Okay, I wanted to play this for you guys. Now, this is according to Brition.com. You have Dave Dubain and Mike Adams talk about the whole situation that's going on. And again, this could greatly affect, pricing, in the near future in 2024. Okay. A lot of people aren't paying attention to what times that we're living in because they're distracted by these holidays and things of that nature. And their lives is going to be greatly affected. Okay. Before I play this clip right here, I want to grab this precept here, because again, things are heating up, and your life will be affected by this. As the second Esdras 6:22, for many of them, actually, I'm gonna start at 21. Behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right? So everybody has these New Year's resolutions. Everybody's ecstatic about, celebrating Christmas, which is today, getting together with their family, the whole pajama, you know, challenges going on. That they're taking, these various portraits and putting it on social media. Everybody is in glee and happiness. Well, they don't realize that you know a famine is being orchestrated um, right before their eyes. But people are barbecuing, they're having a good time, and they don't realize that you know prices in goods are about to increase, not just for food, but petroleum products, which is oil, uh, basically products that's produced by oil, which is a plethora of things. Shoot, doors, uh, cars, parts. It's like plastic and things of that nature. All these things that people don't really understand that petroleum produces. Something like this. So a lot of goods are going to be uh, very substantially more expensive in the near future. Okay, but back to it, says verse 21, behold, victory shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And my elder here, Ariella, likes to say this often: when you take a man's sandwich, he's gonna be ready to fight. And this is going to happen in the near future, right? More and more of these countries are coming up against Babylon the Great, okay? Right? Joel is having right before our eyes. The weak are saying they are strong, you know, which I get that in the near future. But let me play this for you guys, man. And hopefully it'll play.
On Brighteon.com, which is one of the most censored free speech platforms in the world. And you're about to find out why, because my guest today is David Dubine, who is, of course, an expert in the global food supply chains and the dynamics of weather systems affecting food and human survival and even cultural survival around the world, and so much more. His channel is called Adapt 2030. He joins me today to talk about world events and with some surprises that will shock you. Welcome, David. It's great to have you back on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And, we're coming into the solstice in just about 2.5 hours here for the Eastern Standard Time solstice. So,
and the winter solstice is really essentially what these people are worshiping now, which, Esau Eden worships with the whole Yule logs, and which is sacrificing children, the whole Santa Claus thing and all that. This is what these people are worshiping, to where, a very dark energy, in the earth. You know what I mean?
Go into it with a smile on your face, knowing that this is a change of energies, not only for the planet, for our minds as well, and how we can utilize this, knowing that we're at the low point of, energy for an entire year, and we're going to be swinging out of that. And to kind of mentally harness that every day you can also bring more power into your own life, instead of just like holding on to a piece of string in a hurricane as the global events sweep past us, and they're meant to instill fear. But for me, I'm trying to harness that and be like, are you going to push me this much, this way? I'm going to push twice as hard, a different direction, because I don't want to have that control over me. And if everybody could start to think a little like, breathe that air, give the smile. That's what they hate. They hate laughter. They hate you using your mind and your energy to break free of that programming and create your own reality in life. And this is such a perfect time to talk about it with the winter solstice right here, just an hour or so after our talk. It's truly going to be mind over matter as we move through this next year.
Yeah,
and, as I've been talking about with the planetary alignment coming up in October of 2024 with the square that hasn't been seen since 79 AD, seems like
you said something very potent. He says it's going to be mind over matter in the near future. We don't have to be ready to be very uncomfortable. The times that we have been talking about is around the corner. Okay, Jacob's trouble. We like to bring that out often. Well, this is something that we're going to see, because what's going to cause Jacob's trouble is something that's the scriptures speak about. That's basically essentially a polycrisis. Various things going on all at once. Famine, sedition among man, pestilence. These are just a few things that the scriptures speak about that we see amplifying, and this is going to cause Jacob's trouble. Okay. Uh, Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even in the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking to be saved out of the madness that's going to be covering the face of the earth. Okay, in particular here, Babylon the Great. Everybody's very comfortable here. Okay, very comfortable here. You know, very individualistic too, or I should say narcissistic, and engulfed in their own selves. So when these various privileges that we have here to, are taken away, like the accessibility of food and things of that nature, man, we're going to see a very different America, man. Okay. This is something that we have to, internalize. Okay.
It's like the world's on a timeline. And I mean, the push is vast. It's all encompassing and there's nowhere to escape from it right now.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about also what's coming in 2024, in your view, what we're looking at, because it seems like so many events are aligning to shape 2024 to be the most difficult year of our lifetimes, probably. And, in so many ways. But how about this? Let's start with what's happening in the Red Sea, with the 6 largest shipping container companies on the planet now banning all transport through the Red Sea, which means the Suez Canal also, because of course the Houthi rebel attacks on the cargo ships. This is stemming from Israel's continued bombing of Palestinians in Gaza, which is angering the Yemeni people, causing these attacks on the ships. I mean, it's all interrelated, folks. But David, talk to us about what this means for global supply chains of food and fertilizer and anything related to being able to sustain our lives day to day, even in the West.
That's where a vast amount of control comes in. And you've heard, these power brokers through the ages talk about having food to control the masses. Controlling a world economy is one thing, but controlling food to then control the people is something on a whole different level. So think about all these things and they're interplaying. Are you telling me really that naval forces just let the Yemenis continue to escalate and escalate and escalate without getting there, although they had forces there to stop Somali pirates back in the day, that nobody lifted a finger after the first or second incident? They let it go on for weeks and weeks, and now we got to, it's almost as if it was done on purpose to allow it to run to that apex where they knew that would be the outcome. That insurers would stop insuring vessels and it would guarantee they ran around the Cape of Good Hope. Right. Yeah, there goes your global warming right there. Is anybody from the Fortune 500s that's supporting all the green agendas going to suddenly, shut their mouths for a minute because they need to run an extra 2 weeks of dirty bunker fuel around the bottom part of our planet so they can continue to sell their trinkets of junk? But the thing is, coming into the planting season, an enormous amount of companies, individuals, farmers, co-ops are getting ready to get their implements, their repair parts, the things they might need for fertilizers inbound right now in the supply chain to get ready for the planting season. This is going to delay it or disrupt it completely. So you got to think.
Bill, what he said. So various fertilizers, things of that nature that farmers get ready to use for the planting season, they're not going to have. Also, certain sensors, like dealing with tractors and trailers, in particular tractors, they're not going to receive. So, say for instance, you have a tractor and one of the sensors go out, like a newer tractor. That particular tractor sensor only costs $25, but the fact is, if you don't have that little sensor, that little part, you're at a standstill, right? And you have to think there's only like 1% of the population of the U.S. Provides the agriculture for the U.S. So think about that, man. A lot of things, certain items that these farmers need, they're simply not going to have. Okay, what is this going to cause? Well, that's going to cause, a famine. You know what I mean? Ultimately, from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Now, he made a very interesting argument that, that why do they allow, this situation to become so dire without intervening in the Red Sea? It seemingly looks like it's allegedly right? Orchestrated. Ultimately, it's the will of the Heavenly Father, but the elite don't make it a move, bro. Okay? And play a little bit more on this, and then I'm gonna grab some articles and some scriptures. Okay?
Think about how much food can be disrupted. Not only the ability to get things into the farmer's hands to grow it in the fields, but then for that processing to take that to a factory and then put it in whatever, a box, a bottle, plastic container, and then ship that elsewhere. I mean, you're talking about multiple delays on multiple fronts, all just revolving around food. And then what's that? The second largest of electronics componentry part maker on the planet says they're looking at a 40 week delay now.
Oh,
So
Schneider?
they say
You're talking
20
about
if it's
Schneider?
not, if it's not engineered component part that you're doing something specialty. But if it's just
Right.
off the shelf, 20 weeks, if you need something done that would be specific for you, it's 40 weeks.
Well, let
Now,
me
put
interrupt
these two
right there for
together.
a
There's a lot
second.
of
So he's saying with various electronics that people utilize, it's going to be delayed. He said, what, 44 weeks, man? So a lot of, various um, things that people utilize in order to do business is going to be, at a standstill, man. The economy is also going to be affected by this. So as we can see, grinding is ceasing as it speaks about what in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. Okay. So we bring all these things out, you know, uh, not to, instill worldly fear, you know, you know, into, you out that's listening, but it's to instill the fear of the Lord and also to galvanize, you all, ourselves, including, to really, really build our faith up, and let go of doubt, because faith, how about Shemal Shai, is going to get us through, having that mental fortitude. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease. These various planters, farmers, the grinding is ceasing right before our eyes, which is going to cause multiple businesses to slow down, to downsize, which is going to greatly affect our already fragile economy, right? And the grind is cease because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened. Okay, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinder low is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. That's right. So with the economy being really affected, a section of the economy will be affected. That is the entertainment um, industry, bars, restaurants, things of that nature. They're going to be shut down because it's going to be too expensive. One, to do business, and these goods, you know, these various goods are going to be sold at a very high rate. People are not going to be able to go out, man. So I wanted to paint you guys a picture of what's being said, because there's a lot of information that's being brought out. I wanted to go to various points in the various ports. Give you guys a understanding of how much uh, of goods are being exported, imported out of this region, man. You know what I'm saying? And they have a good picture. Can see if I close some of these things down and to act right. Wait, hopefully that's the case. If not, then maybe I could Google it for you guys, so you guys can see the Red Sea. Uh, um, these are various ports that's in the Red Sea. Let's see here. Hopefully I can show you guys, man. All right. If not, then I go. There's 10 ports in the Red, 10